Alright, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the Achaemony world that pushes truth and sincerity. That is Yaraba from the Trinidad camp. We'll do another little short topic here entitled Obedience is Better Than Sacrifice. Because really and truly, when you're walking this walk as one of the men, or the very, 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 very few women, who in this truth, you actually have to be subject onto the will of the Most High. You gotta be able to do His will and be obedient as much as you could towards how it is He wants you to be. Because that is what the Most High delight in. Even if a man was never able to give charity once in his life because he wasn't able to, just the fact that he was trying to do the Most High will and being obedient to Him, the Most High could still show him mercy, and that'll always be better than a man who giving charity all the time but living rebellious and want to live how it's pleasing to himself and not according to how the Most High want him to be. You understand? Because the Most High had to show you mercy for whatever you could do and what you can't do. But obedience is something very important to Him. It's today 1 Samuel 15. Right? In 1 Samuel 15. Now if you read this Samuel, you'll see that the Most High gave Samuel an order that when it is he went into a particular land, he was supposed to destroy everything. Right? He wasn't supposed to take any spoils or anything like that. But Samuel decided to take cattle and so forth and sacrifice it to the Most High when the Most High ordered them not to take anything whatsoever. You understand? Say, verse 22, it say, and Samuel said, when Saul went to fight, and Samuel was the prophet, was talking to Saul about what he did wrong. Right? Say, and Samuel said, had the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, He had also rejected thee from being king. Let us show you how much the Most High is delight in you actually doing His will. Because that is one of the biggest errors that Israel had. They were rebellious. They never used to listen to what the Most High tell them to do. They always wanted to do what they want to do. You understand? And very, very, very often they used to be going into slavery because of that. So they Ezekiel 2. Verse 3, it say, and he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that had rebelled against me, because they don't want to do the will of the Most High. Anytime the Most High put them on high and actually give them some kind of authority that nobody could interfere with them, they always used to start going off and doing their own thing. They never used to want to be obedient to the Lord the Most High. They only used to be obedient when things was hard for them. But whenever they was comfortable, they used to go and do their own thing. They could never hold firm to the Most High ordinance and what it is He wanted them to do. It say, they and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impudent children, and stiff-hearted. Say, I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, right? Whether, as long as they want to be the Most High talking to them, if they listen or they don't listen, you still do your job. It say, yet shall know that there had been a prophet among them. Because when the Most High actually bring this time upon them, that they will start to see all the things He was teaching them manifest. then they will be able to see for themselves, hey, these men was talking the truth. And the time that they had to actually get themselves right and hearken unto the Most High and do His will, they didn't want to listen to that. So they go out to feel the effects of that rebellion. So there's 2nd Ezra 7 verse 19, right? 2nd Ezra 7 verse 19, it say, and he said unto me, there is no judge above the Most High, and none that had understanding above the highest. Because whenever somebody wants to do their own thing, the first thing that they want to think is that they're more right for what it is they want to do. The Most High will tell them do something or don't do something, and they go want to lean on their own opinion or their own desire to try to decide whether it is right or it wrong. But you not above the Most High order, and you not above His judgment. You can't say you're more right than Him because you don't think on His level. The scriptures say His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. You understand? It say, for there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them. For the Most High had given straight commandments to such as come, what they should do to live, even as they came, what they should do to avoid punishment. Because the Most High will deal with you if it's a rebellious seed. He not slack concerning His promises. And the same way He made promises to say that He will bless you and take care of you if you be subjected to Him, but the same way He said that you will see destruction if you're rebellious. He not slack concerning His promises. You wouldn't be one of those special people who will get away. The scriptures say long suffering. So you might wait a while before it happens to you, but it will happen. Because the Most High does take rebellion and obedience very serious. It says, nevertheless, they were not obedient unto Him, but spake against Him and imagined vain things. And that is what Israelites do even to this very day. There's one to lean on vanity, what they like and what they find, and things of the world, other than what the Most High say. And deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that He is not, and knew not His ways. That's how rebellious Israel is. And these kind of spirits brothers will end up seeing from time to time, trying to encourage them to be just like the rest of Israel. Because the spirits that inveigle in Israel, the rest of Israel, to be able to be like that. But the Most High have His men covered, so they could be able to discern and see that it have spirits trying to encourage them to be like that. But the rest of people, they don't have that vision, so they just get caught up. But His law have they despised and denied His covenants. In His statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed His works. And therefore Esdras, for the empty are empty things, and for the full are full things. You understand? So when you realize somebody who's not of the brotherhood want to do their own thing, and you talk to them about it, and they just want to continue being rebellious for the empty or empty things, let them handle the scene. They have their reward to receive. But for the men of the Most High, obedience is an important thing. Always try to be obedient to the Most High ordinance. The scriptures say He'll wink at your ignorance, but at the same time you always try to learn the correct thing, and always try to follow the correct thing as much as possible. Because obedience within itself is a sacrifice. You understand? Because when you're obedient to the Most High, majority of the times you either give up or sacrifice something that you want to do to please Him. You understand? And that is a sacrifice that the Most High delight in. Sometimes He'll even put you in a situation just to see if you'll give up something that you like to please Him. That by itself does gain your favor in the Most High sight. That one next scripture I was going to read here. What is this I was going to read by? Yeah, I don't remember it, sadly. But I don't want to make it too long, so that's a good thing. They just had a little short touch on, obedience, because obedience is very important to the Most High. You know, very, very important. If the rest of Israel don't want to be obedient unto the Most High, that is them. You make sure and you do your job. You tell them they don't want to listen. Word. You will have your reward to receive, and they will have their reward to receive. Right? So, brothers, try to hold strong and try to do the Most High will as best as you could. We have a short time again. You understand? Kal halal Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the Akim around the world that push the truth in sincerity. Is Yaraba from Trinidad Camp saying Shalom.